Hi everyone. As always, it's nice to think about seeing you if I could. I've seen a few of you out and about in the branches this week, and many of you on WebEx calls. I miss seeing all of you in person. Today's update is going to be a different one than usual because now that the state has been slowly opening back up over the last 3 weeks, the numbers here in Fort Worth are starting to look good. Now, of course, there's some nuance in the numbers. I'm not going to get into all the public health data because I am not a public health expert, but the way that the city is measuring whether it's safe to reopen, numbers are trending in the right direction. From what I understand, we have sufficient testing available, we have sufficient hospital beds if needed, and this week we started talking about reopening the library. So that's what I want to talk to you about today. I do want to let you know that the plan at this point is that by the end of June, all of our libraries will be open with a couple of exceptions, and I will talk about that. So that means over the next month, we will be phasing in opening of our locations, and that means it's time to come back to work. I'll give some specificity around dates in this video, and then I'm also going to have them in the email so that you don't have to try to write it all down while I'm saying it. Everyone is not going to come back at once, and if you work behind the scenes, so if you are not a direct public service staff, every day you don't interact with the public face-to-face, this may be different for you, and what I need you to do is to speak directly with your supervisor. So a lot of the dates I'm going to reference, and when I say folks need to come back to work, I am talking about frontline staff. So let's begin. As you know, this week we opened 5 locations for curbside service. Those locations, they are Southwest Regional, East Regional, Northwest, Golden Triangle, and Summer Glen. Those 5 locations will continue to offer curbside through the month of June. However, they will start to open their doors on June 1st, and excuse me as I look away, I need to consult notes because it is a little bit complicated. So if you don't understand everything that I'm saying or it's not clear, please do talk directly with your supervisor. They heard this a couple of days ago. So on June 1st, we are going to open the doors to the public at East Regional, Southwest Regional, and Summer Glen. Before I move on through the month, I want to let you know that we are not just throwing our doors open and let anyone come in who wants to come in. It's not return to normal. We are going to have a lot of restrictions on how long people can stay in our buildings and what they can and cannot do. So for example, the public is going to be required to wear masks. We are going to screen them when they come in. We're going to take their temperature. And yes, library staff are going to do that. We're going to be moving furniture around. So we're not going to allow people to gather, sit together. We're going to limit people to 1 hour in the building, 1 hour on the computers, 1 hour browsing for books, 1 total hour. We are going to closely watch how long people stay in. We're going to require them to use the express checks, and we're going to try and limit your exposure to them. You will also be required to cover your face, and property management at the city is putting up plexiglass dividers at some of our service desks to create an additional barrier between you and the public. So again, it is not a return to normal. We will not be doing programs. We will not be renting out our meeting rooms. We will not be allowing people to gather. So again, June 1st, with limited public, we will be opening East Regional, Southwest Regional, and Summer Glen. They will continue to offer curbside service. 2 weeks later, on June 15th, we will open Seminary South, Ridgely, Diamond Hill Jarvis, and Northwest. Those locations will open their doors and they will offer curbside service. The reason we're doing that is to try and encourage people who already know what book or DVD they want to check out, that they use curbside. We are very much trying to limit the number of people who come into the buildings. So that's June 15th. And that same day, June 15th, which is a Monday, all frontline staff will be required to come back to work. So if you are a frontline public services employee and you have not heard the name of your branch said yet, you will still return to work on June 15th. And your supervisor is going to give you more information. You may be working on projects at your branch, or you may be somewhere else working on projects until your branch opens. 2 weeks later, on Monday, June 29th, we will basically be opening everything else with some exceptions. So on June 29th, East Barry will open, Chambly, Meadowbrook, Northside, Riverside, and Wedgwood. June 29th is also when we will be opening our regular full service hours. Prior to that, the hours will be limited like they are with curbside. At Central, we will only be opening the top floor. We do not have a timeline yet for opening the lower level. So if you work downstairs at Central, you will be hearing from your supervisor about what that means for you. So again, June 1st, June 15th, June 29th. We do not plan to open Cambridge Court. It is too small. The plan at this point is just to wait until we can open it in the LVT Rise Community Center. And Golden Triangle, we still don't have a date. So that's why that one's not on there. We don't have shelving or books for Golden Triangle. So we'll have to wait and see on when we open the brand new Golden Triangle. So again, slow, phased opening. We're being cautious. We are ensuring that you have everything you need when it comes to PPE, when it comes to cleaning supplies. We will limit exposure. We will limit the number of people in the buildings, but we are going to open and we're going to do it by the end of June. Now, if there is a surge of infection or if the numbers change, well, then things will change. But as for now, the way that the numbers are going, we are safe to open. So June 1st, we'll be opening the doors to 3 of our locations. Again, any questions, ask me, ask your supervisor. Down below in the email will be all of these dates laid out for you. I do want to emphasize that these are happening, but of course, as with all of this, they could change as time marches forward. So please be aware, be safe, and let us know what questions you have. Have a wonderful holiday weekend, and I will talk to you soon. Bye-bye.